Well, thank you, Michael, for taking your time to talk to us today. Really appreciate it.
No problem.
So this movie, I mean, it gets intense. There's a lot of mental duress for your character. What was that like trying to get into the mind of someone who's suffering from this kind of anxiety, depression, that sort of mental anguish?
I don't really approach it from the suffering angle so much as I approach it from trying to solve a problem. You know, the fella, Curtis, he has a family that he loves, and he wants to protect his family. And he's just trying to figure out whether he needs to protect them from himself or from the world. And he's going back and forth the whole film trying to figure out what the reality of the situation is.
Did you have to study I mean, one of the aspects of the film is that your mother, the character, has suffered similar problems, maybe? Did you kind of look into real-life depression or people who seek counsel in that kind of way? Or
No, I didn't, because I don't really feel like Curtis knows much about that.
Gotcha.
I mean, Curtis has to go to the library and check a book out in order to even scratch the surface of it, and he's never been to a counselor in his life, so I didn't think I should know more about it than he did.
And this film, along with some other films that you've done, require an immense amount of intensity, whether it's quiet or explosive. How do you kind of build up to that, to walk on set and kind of have either an outburst or like just intensity?
I don't know. I don't know.
Just
it's
bring
like
it.
I said, I never really play the effect. You know, I'm never really. Before a scene, I don't think, I really need to make sure I scare the hell out of everybody.
Right.
I just think, what am I trying to do? Obviously, there is a tension in the film that escalates, and that tension builds as you're shooting the film as well.
Right.
You know?
Does it come with working with someone like Jessica, kind of founding that relationship in some way? And how did that come about?
You really hit it on the head. It's really about the relationships. That's what creates the drama, you know. If Curtis lived by himself in an apartment complex somewhere, there wouldn't be a story. You know, what's compelling about it and what raises the stakes is that he wants so desperately to take care of his family. And with Jessica, it's very easy to establish that relationship with her.
Sure. And were you able to, I mean, is it important to keep it grounded in reality in some way, and how you know that this is too crazy or this is not crazy enough, or when the boiling point hits? Is that a conscious
No, it's not
thing?
like baking muffins. It's not like, you know, I need a cup of crazy and a half
Yeah,
cup
is it a
of
science
baking soda.
to
No.
go nuts?
I mean, I can't think about. I don't know. I'm not the arbiter of reality for humanity. I don't know what's real any more than anybody else does.
But compared to like something like your role in Take Shelter and some of these other ones, even Boardwalk Empire, that's based in a real place, compared to something like what you're doing now, you're doing Superman. It's like how do you know what level you're at, or where you're supposed to be in that reality, or is it all the same?
Well, something like Man of Steel is much more imaginary. I mean,
Sure. Can you go all out in that kind of thing, or playing evil?
I don't know. I guess I'm a big guy, and I have very oftentimes very powerful reactions to things. I don't know if they're too big or too small. I don't know. I mean, apparently they must be close to the right size because I'm sitting here being interviewed. So I must be doing.
You're doing it right. You're doing it right. So it's even in Man of Steel, it's kind of like I'm just gonna look angry right now.
Well, no, in Man of Steel, I'm going to use my imagination, try and imagine what it's like to be from another planet, from another civilization. Imagine what it's like to be a general. That's a big deal, being a general. I never thought I'd be a general.
You can be anything.
Yeah.
Magic of cinema.
Yeah. I mean, that's the great thing about what I do is I get to inhabit all these different worlds and all these different characters. It's a learning process, you know.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. Really
Thank you, man.
pleasure, and
Take
hope
care.
to